Hello everyone and welcome to Blood on the Grand Strand. How do you take it away?
Thank you, Josh. Welcome back everyone to Blood on the Grand Strand. This is episode 4, To Know Your Darkness. Excuse me, The Darkness You Fight. I know the name of the episode. Let's meet our dark vampires, starting with Josh.
Hi, I'm your friendly southern, I was going to say Nosferatu, that's not right. Ravnosferatu, that's me.
Maybe you'll have to roll a Nosferatu. Something happens to Hunter.
Is
Chris?
that a threat?
It's a promise. I'm kidding.
Good evening, I'm Chris, the Primogen, and I'm playing Anthony Tulip, the local Tzimitzi handyman.
Mm-hmm. Harry?
Good to be here.
Hello, I'm Harry, and I am playing Galen, the local wannabe guy in charge. Salubri.
It's a good description for Galen, the wannabe guy in charge. Kitsu?
Hello, I am Kitsu. I play Astrid, the local scheming Tremere.
Mm-hmm. Very important Tremere, child of the prince. And of course, we have our special guest returning. We're so happy to see you here. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us who you're playing?
Hi, I am Syrinx, and I will be playing Azaria Durant tonight. Not local, as everyone here seems to say. I mean, not the local Tzimitzi, but...
You are an important Tzimitzi. If you all are ready to head back to Myrtle Beach, we can continue our vampire story. Terror has been the order of the night for the kindred of the Grand Strand. Illusions and lies have been mistaken for truth, and the sword of Cain has planted roots under the feet of our coterie. Right now, they are speeding down the strip, the Banu Hakim Antonia at the wheel, supposedly taking them to Anthony's grandsire. Although none of you have been informed who his grandsire is, it is not a far stretch to assume that it is the only other Tzimitzi you all know of on the Grand Strand, the Camarilla fencing master, Azaria Durant. Antonia makes a sharp U-turn, and all of you shift slightly to the right as she turns the wheel hard and fast. You can see now that she's not heading into the Market Commons, into the territory of the Ivory Tower. Rather, she seems to be heading to Stella's house, the place you all have been using as a base these last 2 nights, and where Caden and Susie currently are. She pulls in to Stella's home, slams on the brakes. Who is sitting next to her? Or are you all crowded in the back?
I'll ride shotgun.
You're riding shotgun. She turns to you, Galen, throws you her phone, the one that she showed you that has the security cameras on it, the one where you can see Victoria and Torpor. Watch the phone. Watch the cameras.
Got it.
She turns to you, Astrid, and you, Hunter. Get your people out. I don't want to go back in there. That Oblivion shit hurts like hell. I already tried to get them.
Okay. All right. Astrid makes to go out of the car.
Hunter and Anthony, do you go with her?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You enter Stella's home. Soon as you do, Hunter, Dex Athletics.
That is 3 successes.
3 successes is enough. You turn your body sideways as a whip of a shadow tendril cracks right next to your head. Susie peeks around the corner. Someone tried to take Caden and myself, a woman. I stopped her.
You did good. It's okay. Is it this person? And I point towards the car.
She looks out past you, past the open door. Yes, She
okay.
said we had to go somewhere, and I said I wouldn't go unless you told me it was okay.
That's on me. I had to leave my phone, so I couldn't tell you. But it is okay. This is the person we know. We can trust her. We do gotta go though. Is Caden okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine. He's still asleep.
I'll go get him.
You're going to carry Caden?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need some help?
He should be alright. He's only one man.
All right. You go to the car, okay? I'll just hold the door open and I'll be right there with you. It's going to be okay. You did really great.
Thank you. She saddles out past you, out the door. Hunter, you grab Caden. He is not heavy. He is stiff from, perhaps he's injured in other ways, but he is not going, it's not going to require you a roll to carry him. And he is lightly snoring. His strange, spindly hand flops down as you carry him.
I very gently put it across his chest so it's secure, and then I kind of scoop him up.
Mm-hmm. You place him in the car?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Astrid, Astrid and Anthony, is there anything you want to retrieve from this home? Anthony, you've spent the last 6 months here. Is there anything here that you'd like to bring with you before you go meet your grandsire?
I'm usually not one for carrying weapons or other kinds of equipment, so I would assume that's not anything I've left behind here.
Stella had a whole arsenal. Shotguns.
Wow.
9mm, magnums.
Then that's something we're bringing, for sure. Any kind of cash deposits as well.
Mm-hmm,
Change of
course.
clothes. Not
You
much
pack
else.
a quick go bag, is what you're telling me?
Yes,
Okay.
very quick.
What about you, Astrid?
If I could look for a pair of gloves, are there any?
It's up to Anthony if he has a spare.
There are gloves, yes.
I grabbed them.
Then
Any
leather gloves.
There's no more blood or anything in here, right?
There's no blood in here, no. Anthony, his ability to fleshcraft, he kept the blood inside where it belongs.
Okay. I wouldn't know what else there would be to take, so the gloves are all I take.
Okay.
Any kind of signs of my own presence here, I will try my best to remove, but obviously I can't go scouring the place, so...
I would say at this, with the time frame you have now, it would not be possible.
No, just sweep down some notes, scraps of paper that I find lying on the kitchen table, and just put it in a black bag and throw it on the way.
All right. Galen, while this was happening, did you look at the cameras?
Yes, 100%. I am glued to him.
Which are you glued to the camera with, Victoria or the other cameras?
I'm swapping between them.
Okay. When you switch, many of them are empty rooms, or the exterior of the whatever place it is that you're going. You aren't familiar with the Market Commons. In one of the rooms, you see a woman standing on stage. Looks like she's singing or performing something. Can't see anyone else there. And of course, the other one that's occupied has Victoria in it. She's in a room alone. And with your background, your medical profession background, you can tell that she is, the very least, gravely injured. It looks like her arm was almost completely ripped out of her body.
Ouch.
All of you get back in the car, is that correct? Antonia gets back into the driver's seat, switches the gear, pulls out fast, makes a lot of noise, a lot of dust. And this time, she starts heading towards Market Commons. Susie, sitting next to you, Astrid. Where are we going? What's happening?
We're going to see his grandsire. And I point to over, and I'm just like, it's going to be okay.
Is this Anarch business?
No.
Are you not all Anarchs?
It isn't as black and white as it seems.
So his sire is a Camarilla.
Well, is she? I look at Anthony.
It's complicated, but at the moment, yes.
I would feel much safer in Camarilla territory. What about Magnolia? Did you find her?
Yeah, I couldn't convince her to come.
Is she
But
lost to us, Astrid?
I don't know. She seems happy, but there's more afoot than what it seems, and I don't think this was the last time we had, or I had at the very least, to ask her how she feels about things. So I will continue to ask her, and I will continue to see what's happening. So far, though, I think she's quite interested in the Baron, and that worries me.
Interested in what way?
Well, in every single way.
Oh,
I believe she's
I get
enamored
it.
with him.
that's
And I think-
that is strange. She spent hours talking about Hunter. I assume this is he.
Yeah. Well, she seems to be over him now very quickly, which I think might not be entirely up to her will. But we will. The thing is, we can't quite strip her or like grab her and take her away from him kicking and screaming right now. We have to check. There is something more obscure at foot, like you said. We investigate a little bit in there, and then we're trying to find some answers and trying to see what we can do about it.
I trust your judgment, Astrid. Where I come from, they would have just messed with her head and forced her to do what they wanted, or use the blood.
I really hope that's not the case. I hope I'll do my best. I'll do everything I can to make sure she's going to be okay, okay?
Okay.
But thank you for trusting me.
Thank you for trusting me with your friend. I hope I didn't hurt the driver too badly.
That's fine.
Astrid gives the gloves to Hunter, kind of like in his lap. I don't know where's the guy that you're fighting.
Good
Holding.
idea. Yeah, I just pocket them for the moment until Caden wakes
Do you
up.
want me to try and put them on?
I think it would be best if he saw what it was first.
As you drive, and as she inches closer and closer to Market Commons, we need to do a little housekeeping. First, start with Hunter. The death of something living is the ultimate price of a vampire survival, and they pay it again and again, some more willingly than others, but always at the cost of humanity. We need to talk about your stains. You've received 3 stains in as many nights. You have 1 dice to roll to remove the 2 that you have. Would you like to resolve this now, or would you
Yes.
like to wait?
Let's deal with that now.
1d10.
I succeed.
That is a success. Lucky Ravnos can remove both of those stains, and you do feel remorse and guilt for sending Jason to a premature death. Anthony, do you have any injuries that you'd like to heal?
moment. I will see.
Same to you, Galen. You fell off of a Ferris wheel earlier this evening.
That stung. I'm gonna try to heal some of that.
Please keep track of your hunger.
I think I should do that as well.
Did you sustain damage?
Ah, shit.
I think I got shot.
You did get shot. You did, yeah. I think
By
Astrid
one
was
of
the
the
only one who
guards.
came out completely scot-free.
How much do you get for one rouse check? Just one?
Just one hunger.
Yeah. One health.
Astrid, do you have any damage?
No, I mean like hunger. I mean, how much health do you get back? One? Or...
One.
One.
Yeah, okay.
Roll.
That's what I figured.
I did get a pot in the head, I believe.
You did. You did get a bottle of wine cracked over the head by a ghost. So maybe if you'd like to heal it, or you can live with it. It's not that serious.
I'll be okay for now. I'll just leave it.
All right. See where everyone's hunger is at.
Mine is now at 4.
Oh, of course it is. It's the common cadence in Anthony's life. Galen, what's your hunger?
3.
3. 2 hunger for Astrid. And Hunter.
2.
2. Oh. That freedom from the beast did not last long, did it?
Mm.
And the guilt that you're feeling tells you it was not worth it. But as you all heal and take stock of yourself, Antonia finally pulls into a place that Anthony is, of course, familiar with.
Nice. Yeah. I'm familiar.
You all see a sign that says Madame Durand, House of Fencing. And this confirms to all of you now that Anthony's grandsire must be the Tsmitsi that you all met at the Camarilla party. The one he seemed very nervous around and yet did not inform you who she was. Antonia gets out of the car and she opens the door for all of you to enter.
I did do this in our little secret language very quickly. She is an old fiend. Don't have to show respect if you don't want to, but you'll deal with the consequences of it.
I'll keep that in mind.
She likes consequences then.
Quite severe ones.
That tracks. We need her help though, so
We do.
I'll play whatever game she wants to.
I appreciate it. I'd possibly be even less interested in being here than you are. We didn't really part on good terms last time we met.
Well, let's get in and out quickly then. Get what we need and go.
Antonia sort of starts gesturing while you guys are mimicking and making gurgling noises to each other, as if, let's go.
Yeah, we're going.
After you, Anthony.
I'll take the lead.
Where you all enter, again, is a place Anthony is familiar with. It's the entryway. It's the sitting area for parents. It's not really clear if this is a legitimate business or not. It doesn't seem to be. It seems to be more like a home. But it's a sitting room with a cold, dead fireplace lit by very dim light bulbs. And above the fireplace is a massive 17th century portrait of someone who looks very similar to Azaria Durand, except likely when they were alive. Antonia heads through to an area that you have not been to, Anthony. She does not head into the fencing studio for you to go tete-a-tete with your grandsire again. But instead she heads around the back. And as you walk through, the closer you get, you hear someone singing. Eventually, she opens 2 large French doors, and you're inside a theater. It's a woman up on stage singing the Queen of the Night Aria. Antonia leads you down the aisle. There's seats on either side for a large crowd or a large audience. Nazaria, of course, you are listening to Veronica, the Toreador fledgling that you met in Alicia, who said that she was very good at singing and she really wants to perform for the prince one day, and you said you would give her a chance, and she's no La Maupin, but she is adequate enough for a rose.
Right, well, adequate enough. That may be as it is. There are more interesting things that just entered the room.
Mm-hmm. She's continuing to sing, though, until you tell her to stop.
Oh, she can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely background noise.
It is. From the Die Zauberflöte, the Mozart play. Antonia walks down this crowd of people. Hunter, are you still carrying Caden?
Would I have left him in the car? I would have asked the driver if that would be safe.
Antonia would have informed you that it wouldn't be, and she would have taken him herself.
Okay, yeah, I would have carried him inside, but I wouldn't carry him into a theater.
We can say you left him in the sitting area.
Yeah, and just lie him across a few chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the woman is the woman singing the woman I recognize from the camera feed?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just double checking.
Mm-hmm. And as Antonia approaches from behind Azaria, you're seated, of course, she says, Seneschal, your guests have arrived.
Great. We can finally discuss manners. Wonderful to meet you all again.
Lady Durand.
Pleasure's all mine.
It's wonderful to meet you. And he does a very low bow.
Nice to see you again, Miss.
Well, I presume I don't need to tell you one of the reasons why I asked you here. I think lovely Antonia here already informed you of it, already showed you it.
Are we safe to speak here? I'll look at the rose on the stage.
No, she won't hear anything.
All right.
So, yes.
Then let's get down to business.
I don't like to mince words. Are the Cathari here?
Have you met them?
If it's who I think it is, then yes.
And who do you think it is?
Conanti.
Observant. Yes, the Sabbat are here. Seeing as you already had some run-ins with them, I presume I don't need to tell you about the danger that they pose.
You can enlighten my coterie. I've only told them very briefly.
Sabbat are bad news as it is, coming down here to the Grand Strand. Cathari are a radical bunch. They indulge. They don't see boundaries. The Grand Strand you so love and hold dear, well, leave it in their hands and it'll rot and fester. They don't stop because something is immoral. They'll sacrifice anything or anyone. And they'll love doing it every second of the way. The Baron of the so-called strip that you encountered before, I do believe he is perhaps the leader of the group or someone high up.
Makes perfect sense in hindsight. The way people were behaving at his bar.
He is quite the force.
Antonia interrupts. I want to know what you all were doing at his club. That is where I found them, Seneschal.
We received an invitation following up on news of some new guy in town, a troublemaker.
Find it hard to believe that you are the importance of meeting some random baron did not occur to you that perhaps you should be finding someone you supposedly care about.
That was what it was about. But our interest was piqued after we went there and found her. That being said, it turns out that we were mistaken. He had deceived us. Taken Victoria's form.
She snorts, giggle snorts.
No, Antonia, that's not polite.
Of course.
So you were deceived when you were looking for Victoria, and that's how you met Gonanti?
Yes.
Well, suffice to say, I was not deceived, and I did find her. Although perhaps not entirely in time, but still in time to get her to safety. I'm looking at Galen this entire time, by the way. I'm talking
looking
about
at
Victoria.
her dead on. I'm keeping that stare.
Antonia keeps approaching you slightly, Galen. She's not happy about who you are.
She can keep approaching. If she wants to get closer, that's up to her. I'm not moving back.
We are here because the Cathar, the Sabbat, are a bigger threat than the dispute between the Ivory Tower and the Anarchs at the moment. And I believe that the Camarilla might not even be aware of the rather large blow against your alliance with the Hecata this night.
That, my dear Robin, is where you are mistaken. We're very much aware of the blow that the Hecata endured thanks to this danger.
Then you're also aware who attacked Julia Tofana.
We were informed, and Dad, combined with the attack on Victoria, is why I immediately informed our prince and tried to make him see what the danger actually is. Because as we both know, Sabbat are no small thing to meddle with.
If he has his fingers in the Thin Bloods and their loyalty, there's going to have to be a bloodbath. You don't just stop being Cathari. They're fanatics. As far as I know, I've only met them a few times, heard more stories about them, but it's like a religion to them. Anything they touch, they corrupt. Anything they want, they take. Mortals matter even less to them than dust.
If we want to take out this problem from the Grand Strand, we'll have to take it out by the roots. And everything above it as well. Whatever this Gonanti or anyone else following the path of Hikari touched needs to be exterminated, or however you want to put it. There's no light way to put it. They are corrupt, as you said. It's religion. They'll follow and they'll do it till death, till final death, with a smile on their face because they're indulging their sins.
There has to be a way. Not all of them are fanatics.
Have you ever been in a religion, dear Hunter, was it?
There isn't much I do believe in, aside from people.
Have you ever followed a common goal, common vision? Believed in something so hard that you would do anything to follow it through?
No. Why would I?
Then I'm afraid you don't understand how these people and the people on the path of Cathari feel and think. There's no way to save them as you would want to. It's not just a mindset that they switch up and off. Maybe it is with you Anarchs, but the Sabbat is something else.
Well, forgive me if I don't take your word for it.
And what will you do then?
Have faith
Go
in the
out
people
there?
I know.
Hunter, I understand your hesitance, but we need this support. We are in trouble.
I'm
We are
not
outmatched.
trying to reject anyone's help. But I spent too long trying to provide those Thin Bloods a place to be safe, to see them all get torn to shreds.
Hunter, I sympathize with you. I do. But at the end of the day, you tried to provide them a space, and you did a damn good job of it. But something came in, these Cathari, that nobody could have prepared for. This is not a failing on your part. Right now, I don't see us having many other options. It's either us or them.
Antonia whispers to you, Azaria, should I show the pirate what those Thin Bloods did to your guest?
Go ahead.
You see Antonia turn around, leave the room. She'll be back in a few minutes, see you soon.
Hunter, you must understand something about these Cathari and the Thin Bloods. Those who join this group, they are not happy. They are not satisfied. I wouldn't doubt your intention with helping them. But if they had been happy with the lot, they would have never sided with Konanti. He's got his hooks in them. It's possible that they've only just begun to understand what they're signed up for, but if you think that there's any kind of degeneracy or any kind of cruelty in the Camarilla or the Anarchs, these people see it as their goal to bring pain and suffering to others. It is how they express their faith. It is the exact opposite of virtue, of kindness.
Well, don't let me change your minds. I'll be here to help.
Hunter, we'll do everything we can. I have just as much a taste for this as you do. I really am not happy with the outcome, but at the end of the day, it comes down to survival. I just don't see how we have a choice.
Must it be so black and white, though? Is there really no way to convince them otherwise?
We can try, but I mean, I don't see if what she said is correct, then we're dealing with a religious cult, not with some group of principled rebels. They're lunatics. They're beyond reason. We can't reason them out of it.
Take this exact example, but make it mortal if that helps you comprehend it more. If you were faced with a mortal group of extremely religious people who would do anything to follow through on their faith and their beliefs, what would you do to stop them when they go attack places they put on a heavy hand? Would you go and talk to them?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, assuming the visage of someone of their own.
You think
How
they
would
won't see
handle
through
it?
Post.
And how would you handle it?
Well, if you cannot reason with them, if you cannot change this with force, then you change it from within. So you become one of them, or so they think. Go in there and change the course of it with whatever it takes. If it's deceit, if it's masking, if it's talking about things that you don't believe in for a while until you gain their trust, to change them around, ultimately you are doing a good thing. That would be something I would try to do. It's hard to say specifically what, because it would depend on the situation, but there must be something.
I admire your self-esteem in this whole matter. Sure, you would put in a valiant effort. But will you do that for nights on end, whilst they go and ravage the Grand Strand some more, until we have no possible way of rooting them out anymore?
Not to mention, remember, Baron Kananti is incredibly powerful. I don't think you could hide yourself from him. No matter how well disguised you are, no matter what blood magic or whatever you do, he'll see through it.
That is exactly where we have to start. I don't think necessarily that our idea isn't going to work, but with Kananti around, it won't. He needs to die.
I agree, but I don't see how we accomplish.
Perhaps the Thin Bloods can still be convinced to turn around. I might be able to root out any lost causes given enough time. But the longer he is around, the less chance any of those around him have of retaining any shred of their humanity.
The Baron of the Strip may be powerful, as you say, but he's not more powerful than the Cameral and the Anarchs together.
This is correct. As much as I find the concept distasteful, and I'm sure you do too, circumstances, I think, necessitate cooperation.
At that moment, Antonia kicks open the door. And she says, "The Baron's not powerful enough that he didn't go after her himself." And in her arms is Victoria, in torpor. She has no stake in her. She was so injured that There was no possible way for the Vitae to revitalize her, to animate her any longer, and she is still healing. Brings her over to all of you, and lays her down on a desk where someone could sit and listen to someone performing and take notes.
Mm-hmm.
Galen, roll me a wits medicine. All of
Absolutely.
you, from cursory glance, can see that she is horrendously injured. She is covered in bite marks, scratch marks. Her left arm has been almost completely removed from her body. The most jarring thing is on her chest is a large handprint that was burned onto her. Galen, with 3 successes, you see all of these things. By the amount of bite marks on her, she was attacked by at least half a dozen Thin Bloods, if not more.
I'm going to try to use Valerin to help her out.
You can try.
Yeah. I will. That is a fortitude power. And I'm going to, 2 successes. And then I'll spend a hunger to stitch her back up.
You don't have any that you can.
Oh. Don't I have any hunger I can spend?
You have 2. You rolled 2, and you
Yeah,
have
2 successes.
You have to boost
I rolled-
before you.
Yeah, you'd have to boost before.
Oh, no, wait, but to heal her, don't I have to spend my own blood to heal her?
Did you make me 1 rouse check to use Valerin.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so I get hungrier.
You gain a
I am
hunger.
at 4.
Wonderful.
Fuck.
You use Valerin, all of you, and yes, we're gonna get right to that, Chris. Don't think I forget. All of you watch as Galen leans down, stares at Victoria, especially with his third eye, grows wider. And you see some of the marks on her begin to heal. Her arm starts to come closer to her sternum and chest. But she does not wake. At this point, it is not the injuries that are keeping her in torpor, but the lack of vitae. And Galen, when you do this, your blood pours from your third eye, down your nose, down your chin, drips onto your shirt. Anthony, you are at 4 hunger. A frenzy check, please.
Son of a bitch.
Well, luckily, there is a Banu Hakim there with very good celerity.
You're dead.
It is the current willpower I have, I roll, right?
It is.
Excellent.
Feels like we've been it before.
It feels like we're here
Been
every
here
episode.
a few times before.
Everyone gets a turn.
Only Astrid hasn't taken a chomp.
That's 2 successes.
Do you think it's enough, Anthony?
Of course not.
It's not. So, as soon as he does this, he's not looking at you. Azafia, you see your grandchild immediately start reaching out for this very annoying leader of the Anarch movement here in the Grand Strand. You may stop him if you wish, or you can leave it to Antonia. You know she will.
I'll stop him.
Would you like to use any of your abilities, or would you like to just reach out and stop him?
I'll just reach out and stop him for now.
Okay. Say, Anthony, she can stop you, but she won't be able to hold you. Azafia, I need your intention before I know what it is that's going to happen.
If I can catch his gaze, I will try to use Dominate on him to calm him down.
Yes, you could also feed him your blood. That would stop him too.
I won't do that.
Which Dominate roll did you want to use then?
Mesmerize, if that works.
That's a rouse check,
Yes.
and that is intelligence and resolve for you, Anthony.
How do you rouse check again?
Is there a button?
Yes.
There's a button right at the bottom.
I find the button.
Success. You are still at 1 hunger for this evening.
Intelligence resolve.
Intelligence and resolve, yeah.
And I guess I
1 success.
1 success from me.
Seems fitting.
I guess I rolled this. Wow, it's been so
Yeah,
long.
that's quite a bit. That's 6 successes. So, what do you tell him to do, Azafia?
Oh, calm down, Robin. We still have things to discuss.
That will calm him down. It will not stop his hunger for blood. That needs to be taken care of thusly. He will be unable to really have a conversation.
I will motion to Antonia to give him her blood.
She'll do it without question. She immediately rips into her own wrist. Gives it to you, Anthony. And you can hardly resist at a hunger frenzy. How much do you take?
Only enough to take the edge off.
1?
Yes.
Blood is delicious. It's very powerful. But you think it is not her power that you taste. I believe it is the power of your grandsire. Something familiar about it.
She is kindred.
She's Banu Hakim, yes.
Yes. All right. Good.
So Galen, saved once again from becoming another kindred snack, you have attempted to heal some of Victoria's wounds, and you have. She does not wake.
She needs blood. And unfortunately, I have none to give.
Again, Antonia derisively snorts at you as she licks her own wrists to heal the wound,
My apologies.
as if you were strong enough to wake someone of her age.
It's probably correct, but, I would have tried.
As such, we come to the second point of tonight. I know she's dear to you. I know she's dear to your movement. You will not be able to wake her up. And then you may try, but none within your movement will be able to wake her up.
So what do you propose?
I'm willing to help.
Obviously not out of the kindness of your heart, so what's your price?
We kindred don't do things out of the kindness of our heart. You see, I will take a few steps closer to Victoria. And with one hand, I will kind of touch hers for a second for turning back to Galen. I'm willing to help only because I also see the value in perhaps having Victoria around again. The price is simple. Are you familiar with the boon system that we use, Galen?
To some extent.
Then you know what I ask of you if I ask you for a major boon.
Please clarify. I find the vague wording used a little concerning.
There's not a clear definition, but assume that I can ask a favor of you anywhere in the future where I prefer, of a certain standard, not life-threatening, but enough to put in your efforts for a while. Not just a meager task.
I'll accept it.
Well, that's not my entire price. That's the easy part. I ask a major boon from you. Robin, are you clear-headed again?
My apologies for the lack of professionalism.
It's okay, Anthony. I was reckless.
Can't really blame you, knowing who's lying there.
Well, I appreciate your understanding.
Second part of my price is that Robin drinks my blood once. Those few things, and I wake up Victoria for you, right here.
It's up to you, Anthony. Whatever you choose, I'll respect it.
You will owe her the boon.
Yes.
I don't really feel like standing in the way. I'll drink your blood, Azaria.
Wonderful. Well, then I accept the exchange. But you do have to allow me to first let Robin feed to ensure that, well, you don't try anything funny in the meantime. After that, I wake up Victoria and we can discuss further matters to eradicate the Sabbat. Deal?
I'll look over to Anthony. It's up to you.
It's your choice.
No, it's yours.
What would you do if I said no?
We'd find another way.
No, I'll do it.
Have you ever tried to awaken someone as powerful as Victoria from torpor before? Galen. I do admire the optimism, of course, but I'm just curious.
You know, apparently in law school, they tell you to never ask a question you don't already know the answer to. So, Are you bar certified?
Antonia whispers to you in French, I can kill him now.
I'll reply to her. No, we still need him. But I do appreciate the offer.
Anytime. Shall I provide sustenance?
Please do. Right.
If you'll French, or do I just speak French?
Harry speaks French.
Yeah, Harry speaks
Galen
French.
does
Galen
not have
doesn't.
a linguistics.
Most of the time, I do make my character speak French, but I did not for Galen, so never mind. I was trying to decide whether or not I would just say something funny, but no.
I will turn back to the group and say, allow me a few minutes with my grandchild. Antonia, please stay here until we return.
She nods. Of course she will do what you say. But now that Galen mentioned it, Hunter, as someone from the Cajun South, you absolutely speak French. So every time they speak French, you absolutely know what they're saying. If you'd like to inform Galen later how dangerous an enemy he seems to be making.
Yeah, he's like fighting
Galen's fully aware.
Fighting little flickers of a smile at the corner of his mouth. But I think he's sort of enjoying the threats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just, before he leaves, is going to turn to Anthony and go, I'm going to be alright in here, Big T.
I'll manage. Thank you.
Good luck.
So for the storyteller's clarification, Azaria and Anthony are staying in the room or they are leaving the room?
No, we are staying here with Victoria's body, and Antonia can escort the rest out for a moment.
All right, well, let's deal with that before we get to your discussion. So Antonia says, follow me, and escorts you all out. Back to the sitting room where Caden is. She approaches Astrid first and sort of inclines her head. Sir, what can I get for the child of the prince?
Oh,
Anything. You are welcome to anything.
we don't mean to be a bother.
It is no bother.
Well, we did run into some trouble, so we would be very grateful if you have any sustenance.
Of course. Would you like it fresh or bagged?
Backed is okay, thank you.
She looks at you, Hunter. Ravnos.
I have a name. But something hale and hearty.
She doesn't ask you what you want, Galen. It simply turns to leave.
Yeah, I at that point inform Galen that Banner Hakim psycho killer is offering to top you.
Yeah, yep. You know, I couldn't tell from what they were saying, but generally speaking, when people whisper to each other and I'm in the room, it's about how they want to kill me.
That's a good rule to follow. I thought it was funny, but
No, I find it funny too.
Antonia returns. One blood bag in her hand. A goblet on a silver platter. She presents the goblet to you, Astrid, and the blood bag to you, Hunter. For you, Galen, she brings nothing.
damn.
You're too kind.
She doesn't say anything in response and merely stands by the door waiting for Azaria to let her back in. Hunter and Astrid, you may remove one hunger. Or you may give what you have to Galen.
Oh, how hungry's Galen looking?
Yeah.
4.
Oh shit, okay. I just chuck you the blood bag.
Yeah, Galen normally would refuse, but no way. It's going down the hatch immediately.
Remove one hunger. Astrid, do you offer him yours or do you drink?
How hungry is Anthony?
Anthony's in the other room. You have no idea.
Oh, that's right.
Anthony's not going to be hungry much longer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. Shit.
Galen is looking less hungry, but hungrier than you.
I look at him, I look at Hunter, and I'm like,
Look, if you're hungry,
Smells
just drink
really
it.
good.
It's okay.
will I regret this?
Probably, but you know.
Fine. Give me the goblet.
You give him the goblet.
I'll take it, and I will also drink.
It's nice. She warmed it up for Astrid.
Oh, how nice. Up and down.
Anthony and Azaria. Alone. Save for Victoria's body and Veronica, who has not stopped singing.
How do you want to do this?
All in due time. I have something else I wanted to discuss with you.
I'm all ears.
It seems someone tampered with the memories of your dear child.
Who could have done that?
You don't seem concerned.
She made it perfectly clear last time we spoke that she didn't want anything to do with me, and she thought I was stifling her and holding her down.
So you decided to let her roam free?
I told her to take a week. See how she felt with the air under her wings.
And you're not concerned that in that time someone already tampered with her memory?
Why are you fishing for answers you already know?
Oh, I did not know. But it seems you're very intent on making it clear. Why do that? Why not just let her leave and come to terms on her own with the memories intact? Are you so keen on people forgetting you?
Does my answer change the deal you made with Galen in any regard?
I assure you this is entirely separate.
Well, the answer is simple. My child. It's a disappointment. You would probably recognize that feeling.
Why did you sire her?
Because she would be dead if I didn't.
So you sired her out of the kindness of your heart?
If that's how you want to see it.
I'm assuming if there's another reason behind it, you're not going to share it. Otherwise...
I gave her a very clear choice when she came to. I told her that she would have been dead if I hadn't done it, and I told her when the sun would rise. She decided to stay as one of us, and that was her decision. I never wanted a child. You are very well aware of my opinion on our kind.
And yet in the span of a few nights, you went from not wanting to let her go to freely letting her go.
I did my homework. I tried to be a good sire. Tried to show her the ropes. She didn't want to listen. She started talking with you behind my back, and you put ideas in her head. You can laugh if you want, but I know that's what you did.
If it makes it easier for you to let all of this go by believing that I put ideas inside her head that made her leave you, then you may believe that.
Doesn't really matter now. She's all yours. You can make her into whatever you want. You can kill her if you want to. Doesn't concern me.
Being a sire, or being a good sire, doesn't just happen over the span of a few weeks, Robin.
Spare me your lectures. I grew up in the Black Hand. I know what we are.
And yet you had the possibility to do something different.
By running away. Go on. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Well, you made your choice. You decided not to be a sire to her. We'll see how it plays out. Right. The deal. I will unbutton the sleeve of my shirt, and I will present my wrist to him. Do you know a lot about the old Shemitsi, Robin?
Not a thing. As far as I'm concerned, I've got dirt pumping through my veins. Figuratively speaking.
Of course. We do not blood bond as other kindred do, out of a necessity of having a thrall underneath you. Believe it or not, we bloodbound out of something deeper. Perhaps one night you'll understand it better. Drink.
Of course. And I'll do just that.
Roll me your unspent willpower, Anthony.
That is 2. Two successes.
Just like with Antonia's blood, this time you taste the full power of your grandsire. She is old, very powerful. Taste magic in her blood, but not magic like from the Tremere you've drank from. This magic is older, more connected to the earth. It's intoxicating and addictive. And what rolls over you as you drink is a sudden feeling of devotion to your grandsire. It's not unwanted. It's not forceful. You suddenly feel as if perhaps she is the best one to lead your unlife, at least for the time being.
Step up, step back, And I produced a ring that Hunter gave me. Do you know this ring?
I can't believe I do.
I'm sure you're familiar with who last owned it. Died here. The Grand Strand. Sad end to a very long life. I believe he was a talented musician as well. From the old country. I have plans, Azaria. I'm sure I'll make you proud.
I don't need you to make me proud. I need you to be worth it. I'll decide if I'm proud or not. But I'm looking forward to it, Robin.
Anthony, if Azaria offers you her wrist again, you will not be able to resist, regardless of your hunger.
I know. One last thing before I go. If you'd be so kind as to not refer to me as Robin. My name is Anthony.
I can respect choosing a new name for yourself. So sure, Anthony. Let's go with that.
Thank you.
You can let your friends back in now.
Right. I do that.
As Antonia sees you starting to approach the doors, she swings them open. Again, addresses you first, Astrid. Astrid, you can go back in. You're muted, kids.
This keeps happening. Okay, thank you very much. I go in. Open the door for the others.
She just looks at you and Galen and Hunter and just indicates with her eyes to go in.
Oh yeah, I'm not following her lead, I'm following Astrid's.
Mm-hmm.
You all head back in. You see, nothing has changed. Veronica's still singing.
Right. Well then, I presume before we go and wake up Victoria, let's settle this. You are willing to meet with the prince to discuss further matters to eradicate the Sabbat? I can arrange such a meeting fairly quickly.
I assume you're speaking to Galen, is that correct?
Yes.
And that's good.
Excellent. Well then, let's celebrate our temporary truce for now.
I don't mean to be a stick in the mud, but shouldn't we tell the rest of the Anarchs that we do have a truce, just in case there's no crossed wires?
I'll make sure that happens. As for Victoria, when do you plan on waking her?
Such a hurry. Well, business is closed right now. So I will move over to Victoria.
As you move over to Victoria, you're planning on feeding her your blood in order to wake her?
Yes.
3 rouse checks. 3,
Yes.
I believe.
3. Yeah. Good.
Galen has, don't speak French. Galen, as Hunter indicated that you should let the rest of the Anarchs know, You look for your phone, feel in your pockets.
Mhm.
It's not there.
Son of a bitch. It's that Banu Hakim motherfucker. Where's the Banu Hakim?
She's right next to Azaria.
Yes, and she will be busy with giving sustenance as well.
You got my phone?
No. Did
Does
I
she
ask
seem
you
to-
for a phone?
No.
Do you want to check and see if she's lying?
Yeah,
What's insight?
she probably isn't, but like,
Oh, Azaria.
Yes.
Or hunger. We'll get right to that.
2 successes.
Not that you are particularly good at figuring out whether someone is lying, not quite like your friend Hunter here. She doesn't seem to be lying. Her face doesn't change or shift, or she doesn't give any signs away, tics or what have you. She looks at you annoyed, as she has been since the moment she got here.
Yeah, that tracks.
You wanted to make a guess of who might have your phone. You have been asked multiple times by someone claiming to be Victoria for your information on the Anarchs. You were in close proximity to them just a few hours ago.
That fucker. Wait, wasn't I? Oh no, it wasn't. Son of a bitch. Okay. I gotta get in contact with the Anarchs then immediately. Get them to move locations.
We'll get right to that. Saria, all of you watch as she goes over to Victoria. Do you cut open your own wrist?
No, I would like to feed her from the neck.
So you lean all the way down.
Mhm.
You bring her head up to here and force her mouth open, force her head down onto your neck.
If I can, I would like to make an incision with a nail to make
Onto
it
your
a bit
neck?
more graceful. Yes.
Of course. And Saria cradles her. It's very intimate, Galen. Maybe more intimate than you would prefer to witness.
Eh.
Just so. And as you feed her, you get extraordinarily hungry. The beast rises in your throat. You are not accustomed to being this hungry, but she is requiring quite a lot of you to wake her. And as you finish, you remove yourself from her.
Hmm.
Victoria's eyes open. She looks very upset and confused. When she sees you, Azaria, dexterity athletics, please.
Oh, I can spend willpower on this, can I not?
You must. I'm sure that you can. I don't have it open.
Yes, but how?
You can just roll 2d10. Slash
Thank
2d10.
you.
That is one more success, 4 successes.
Mhm.
All of you watch Victoria open her eyes and sit straight up and lunge at Azaria. She grabs onto her own dislocated arm
Victoria.
and pushes you, Azaria, against the nearest wall, against the bottom part of the stage where Veronica is still singing unceasingly, and holds you there by the throat with her own useless arm. Did you bring the Sabbat here, fiend?
Welcome back, Cherie. Sorry to disappoint. I did not bring a party here.
She looks around. Where am I?
You're safe. And I think you'll want to see that one over there. And I motion to Galen.
She turns and she sees Galen. She drops you. Drops the arm. She's just flopping around beside her, dangling, barely holding on by her own sinew.
We really should get that fixed. How are you? What happened?
I was attacked. What is happening? How long was I out?
A few days.
And why am I here? She looks again at Azaria.
She's the only one who could help.
Because I was the only one there to help you.
Galen, when the last thing I remember is I went to the Camarilla to talk to them, remember? And then I was attacked. Half a dozen more, maybe more, thin bloods jumped out at me, bit me, tore me. I killed some, as many as I could, alone. Some of them died like mortals, tore them into bloody bits, but eventually I went down. How? Are you saying you rescued me, madame?
The rest of them, they were also dead, I assure you of that. You were in Camarilla territory.
I was, yes.
If anyone was there to keep an eye on you, surprised it would be me.
No. I know that your eyes see much.
But what a lovely sight for them.
I'm sorry, I need a moment. Victoria begins walking behind the stage, ignoring the person singing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll offhandedly motion towards the stage and say, "You can stop singing now. It's getting on my nerves."
I'm so sorry. Was it good? I've never sung the aria that long before.
You can use some practice. We'll get to it.
Of course. It was an honor to perform for La Maupin.
Leave, please.
She does. Galen, are you making any attempt to go after Victoria, or are you letting her have space? Or is anyone?
I'll let her take... If she needs space, she'll get it from me.
Okay. Antonia, who was watching the whole display, and again Hunter, our only coterie member here who understands French, she goes over to you and once again offers you her wrist. She can see that you are hungry. And she says, I don't know why you offered a boon to wake her. This three-eyed one owes you a boon for saving her to begin with.
I'm planning to stay. Should make friends with the enemies. Should show for some interesting situations. We'll talk later. And I will bite down.
And of course, once you bite down, she can't speak anymore. The pleasure is too much. It overtakes her. How much do you take?
One.
Only one. To put you at 3 hunger. When you retract your fangs, Antonia, once again in French, excuses herself. Says that she needs to now feed. She has fed both you and your grandchild. And asks for permission to.
Yeah, she will get that.
She says that she will send Marcellus in here in case any more blood is required. The coterie find themselves in a rather tense agreement or truce with their own enemy, with someone of the Camarilla, someone who is not just Camarilla, but has been referred to multiple times as Seneschal. Someone powerful. But Victoria is now awake. What she has suffered seems to have overwhelmed her. And we will deal with all of that after the break.
Okay, don't go anywhere, because we will be back soon. Hello everyone, welcome back to Blood on the Grand Strand. Buddy, please, take it away.
Thank you, Josh. When we last left off, the coterie were meeting with Anthony's grandsire, Zarya Duran, the Seneschal of the Camarilla here in the Grand Strand. Zarya has assisted them by rescuing Victoria to begin with, and now raising her from torpor in exchange for a major boon from Galen and for Anthony to taste of her blood. And now that Victoria is awake, she seems to be mentally in a very poor place. And as you're all standing in this amphitheater, or regular theater, Victoria walks back around. She walked behind the stage and walks back to the front. Comes down to where you are, Galen, and gives you a hug. She tries to hide how wounded she truly is.
It's okay, Victoria. Just take it easy. Get you somewhere safe and we can, work you out.
There is nowhere safe, Galen.
Well, then we'll get you somewhere.
I'm not worried about me, Galen. Where are our troops? Where is Baron, George, and the others?
Similarly in hiding, although I fear that my phone's been taken. So our Cathari friend...
Why are they in hiding?
We were attacked. Badly. Lost a lot of good troops.
Tell me. Who is leading the Sabbat here? Who are they? Do you know?
Baron Cananti. A very, very powerful Setite, it looks like.
Yes. Miert.
Yes, he seems to have taken control of a lot of the Thin Bloods in the region.
Nice, that is what he does. I know him.
Okay. You know him?
I know him.
Well, do you know anything about him that could help us?
I know that he hates me because of what I did to him.
What did you do to him?
She looks over at Zarya. I told you once, Galen, I was very different before you were a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
I loved war and bloodshed. And so I channeled that into being an Archon for the Camarilla. And so, when the Sabbat would do what they do, would fight them. Konanti was particularly cruel and vicious. He wasn't always Sabbat. He was a cult leader of his own, a Setite leader, worshipped their god, Set. Against the orders of the prince, but on the wishes of Justicar Xavier, I went and destroyed his cult, destroyed his followers, his childer, his people. And he never forgave me for that. This is why I have spent so much time alone, always fearful that he would come back.
Well, he is back. But this time you don't need to be alone. You have us. You have me. And even though I especially may sometimes seem like more of a liability than an asset, we've been building things up. I think that with the right preparation, with the right planning, we can take him. We just need to know where to start.
Did he harm you, Carino?
Me, no.
He did nothing to hurt you specifically.
Specifically me. Even when the Thin Bloods he had under his control attacked, they wouldn't shoot at me, they wouldn't do anything. It was like I wasn't there.
It's because he's saving something special for you.
That's what I was afraid of.
If I may.
Of course.
I think what you mentioned earlier, Galen, is of value here. Konanti has seen that we are at times at odds with each other. He knows that I seem to be acting more out of a sense of loyalty and duty rather than because I want to, if you recall. I'm also the only one in our coterie who has any experience working with the Black Hand. Whatever we plan to do, I posit that I'm probably the only one here who might be able to earn his trust. I would have the perfect reason to jump ships. He's an up-and-coming Baron. I'm tired of working with a crew that isn't up to my standards. He finds out I used to be in the Sabbat. Makes him possibly trust me even more. Just something to think about.
That's good thinking. It's dangerous, but good thinking. We can go with that plan.
We need to
For
know
now,
what
though.
we're doing. Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say, we do need preparation. We're not going to throw you in there right
no,
immediately.
of course.
But that's a good start. I'm going to go see if I can find the other Anarchs. See if
Galen, no. You can't go anywhere. It is not safe.
Sure, but they're all going to be dead if I don't.
You said they were in hiding.
Yes, and he has my phone. They'll find them.
She turns to you, Azaria. Is there a phone here that Galen can use? I have no phone either. Perhaps I had a phone. It's gone.
Sure he can. I'm assuming Marcellus is in the room right now, so I'll offhandedly motion to him. Get them a phone.
Marcellus, boned spikes and a boned visor that comes down over his nose, looks very monstrous, shuffles off into a room off to the side. Galen, look what they did to me. You cannot survive out there on your own.
I know. But I'm not on my own. We have you. I have my friends here.
I cannot help right now.
I know. If I can get in contact with them, I'm not going anywhere.
She turns to you, Astrid. Do you believe your sire, the prince, is capable of handling this threat? Do you find him capable, a good head for leadership?
that is something that we all see differently as.
This
I
is true.
think it would be best if we could speak with him, you included, and you can decide for yourself.
Yes. And what of you, Hunter? Many of the Dinbloods who attacked me, I remember them from Pirate's Voyage.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
What happened? How did they fall into this?
They just started leaving. There's a spell on his club.
It's not a spell. It is not Sabbat either. It is from his Setite ways.
That being what it is still intoxicating to us. So I can't imagine what it felt like to them.
Intoxication will not make you turn to the sword of Cain.
I gave them a life. Clearly it wasn't enough.
I mean no disrespect. But did you ask them what they wanted? Ever?
That's neither here nor there anymore, is it?
You believe they are all so far gone?
No. I don't. But everyone else here does, so...
I don't believe it either. And I will tell you why. One of the Dinbloods who attacked me, she ran. She showed up with all of her comrades, but eventually she ran. So there is still something in there that speaks to her own preservation, or hopefully something higher, like a conscience.
That's what I'm relying on.
Madame, I suppose you want to... thank you. Thank you for saving me and bringing me back to Caden. And I suppose I already owe you one boon that I have not yet fulfilled, and I suppose now I owe you another.
I owe the boon, but you owed her a boon previously.
Yes. Madame, I take his boon.
No, you don't. That's not
No,
how
you
that
don't.
works.
Give it to me, Caden.
I made the deal.
Victoria, why are you so set on protecting him from everything?
Because he's exactly like me. He's like how I was before. And I know where it leads.
But perhaps he doesn't need to travel the same path as you. If you stop him, you remove the freedom of his choice in that.
As I stand in the presence of a former bishop of the Sabbat. Your words mean nothing to me. They did
And
once,
yet-
not now.
You also switched sides. What do you say about me is as much true about you then? But the past is in the past, And right now, thanks to your cariño, we can work together to eradicate the Sabbat from this domain.
What is your opinion of the prince, madame? We do not have Justikar Zephyr to help us here.
We do not. And whilst I have not had the delight of dueling with him yet, I do believe he has a potential. And I think he is willing to put in a lot of effort to make this truce work and to rid the domain of the pest.
We have to lay down our arms, Galen, against the Camarilla, against the Ivory Tower, at least for now.
I'm aware of this.
I fear with this boon that you refuse to give to me, that she will force you to do it permanently. There is no... You cannot renege on the boon. I know you are not Camarilla. That is dangerous. That is a blood hunt.
If she wants to make a truce permanent, then it has to go both ways. A ceasefire. We stop killing theirs, they stop killing ours.
Are you in a position to make such a truce, madame?
Who am I to make such a decision for a prince when you will meet him yourself to discuss such things?
I've met many princes and I will judge him when I see him.
I wouldn't want it any other way, chérie.
Galen, can I speak with you for a moment alone?
Yes?
She takes you aside somewhere. Marcellus returns to the room and brings the phone to you, Azalia.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give it to Galen?
I will let them have their little talk first.
All right. Is there anything anyone else would like to discuss before Victoria and Galen have a discussion? All right. Carino, I'm sorry for bringing this on us.
It's not your fault.
Isn't it?
Does it matter? At the end of the day, like, if they're gonna come for you, then that's okay. We'll stand against them. Doesn't matter really if they came here only because of you. That doesn't change the fact that they're here and they need to be dealt with. Why is a secondary question.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm more worried about how we deal with them in the now that they're here, rather than, you know.
You must cut the head from the proverbial snake. Then you must burn the earth and salt it down. Luckily, there are no Bruja here to snort at such a statement.
Yes. I've heard today both cut the head off the snake and pull it out from the roots.
That is the only way.
I suppose both methods can be implemented at once, although I'd need an extra set of hands.
Galen, the Sabbat are like a cancer. It only spreads and metastasizes.
Well, then we need to excise it
Yes.
quickly.
Will you not reconsider giving me the wood?
I won't.
Why? You do not know what games you are playing with vampires 3, 4, 5 times your age, who were born before electricity.
Who knows? Maybe that'll give me some kind of advantage. Startle them with something.
That is the power of the Anarchs, is it not?
Yes. You are strong enough to handle yourself.
Clearly
But I wasn't
not.
going to let you. Don't sell yourself short. I was not going to let you stay in torpor any longer. We need you. And if I have to pay the price of bringing you back, then I'll pay it. It's not your fault.
I will respect it then, Caden. I won't bring it up again.
I appreciate that.
But I believe that I have to forego. Caden, I spent so long trying to claw my way back to humanity. I'm afraid of letting go, but I might have to. Baron Canonti, you've never fought anyone like him.
This is correct. Undoubtedly so. I think at the end of the day, I know you fear for your humanity, but if he's like you said, it's a cancer. If he is let to go, if he can grow unimpeded, then it won't matter. We have to do this. We don't have a choice.
Gillen, would you think it poorly of me if I wanted to try and these thin bloods that I killed, I don't know much about the Duskborn, but some of them were like humans inside.
Yeah.
Their blood flowed. And I killed them like humans, and it has damaged me. Would you think it poorly of me that I wish to try and save some if I can before we battle?
Not at all. I don't think that slaughtering them like, I don't know, I don't think that mowing them down is a good thing. I would prefer not to. I'm afraid, though, that we will not have much of a choice. If you want to go and save them, do it. But be careful with Baron Canonti. He got you one time.
I may need all of you to help me, but I believe Hunter will want to try.
Then I'm with you.
Astrid too. She is a sweet soul. It's so rare in these nights.
Isn't that the truth?
And that is when.
But if it, oh, sorry.
And that is when Stella bursts into the room from the opposite end, where Galen and Victoria were having their discussion. She walks right past you, Anthony, Hunter, and Astrid. She doesn't have any recognition on her face at all. She goes right to you, Azaria, and says, "There's someone on the cameras in the front. Someone's on the cameras. I don't know where Antonia is."
Who do you recognize them?
I don't recognize them.
Merde. Right, where you cannot find Antonia.
She said she had to go feed. I don't know where she is.
Right, well, where did you see these cameras?
They're right at the front. They're at the entrance. One of them looks real messed up in the face, and she's holding something, but I can't quite make it out. We need to get better upgrade, a better video.
I'll go watch.
1044 or something.
I'll go watch you, and I will point back to Hunter. Join me. Maybe you recognize the person.
Sure.
So Anthony and Astrid are staying there with Stella, Hunter and Azaria are heading off to the security room. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Stella just stands in the room. Doesn't seem to make any sort of indication that she knows you. Good evening. My name's Stella. Clan Samitsi, sorry. I'm new. I'm still getting used to the Camarilla.
Nice to meet you.
Your name? Or are you too important and you don't have to tell me your name? Is that how it works?
As much as I like that idea, my name's Hunter.
May I know your clan, or again, are you too important to tell me?
Never too important. And you'll learn that when you hear the word Ravnos.
Ravnos. Okay. Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Right back at you.
Hunter, please join me.
I'm coming.
Your name, I really like your jewelry. It's real pretty.
Thank you. I'm Astrid. I'm a trimmer.
Oh, my stars. Are you the Princess Child? I've heard your name before.
That's what everyone. Yeah. Sorry, I don't. I'm
You
not
don't
much
like
of
to
a-
announce it. I understand. I wouldn't want to throw it around. Like, yeah, I understand.
Thanks. Thank you.
It's such an honor to meet you. Should I bow? Do I bow?
You don't have to do that, but thank you. It's okay. Thank you. I am also pretty new, we could say. So it's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could get together sometime and talk about all this new stuff.
Maybe, yeah. That sounds like.
I'll see you around Alicia, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When hopefully things settle down a little bit more before then, and then.
Oh, of course. And you, sir? Too important.
No. Oh, him. No.
You're at the moment with Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
Important.
I take her by the elbow, and I just I try to maneuver her towards the. You said there was like a painting.
Yes, if you want to leave the theater, with her, you can. There's a setting room that has paintings where Caden is.
No, is there anything else in the room that I could direct her attention to?
Sure, there's foldable chairs. There's lovely backdrops for when there's performances here of different set stages, paintings and things like that. There's many things in the room that you could indicate to her.
All right, just to give Anthony some breathing space, I take her by the elbow and we're like, sorry, can I ask you something?
Of course.
I've been looking at this place. Can you tell me, there's a lot of performances happening here?
I would be honored to give you a tour of the theater.
I hope we have that on it.
Of course. And she begins leading you up to the stage and begins telling you about how it was just built and how proud her master is of it, and that this is going to be a new Elysium soon once Azaria says that it's ready to go. Things like that.
Is that what there are auditions? Is there people singing? I heard there was a door that came.
Yeah, she's holding auditions right now.
Oh, great.
She's the perfect person to decide who should sing for the prince because she's a talented opera singer herself.
I didn't know that. That's so cool.
It is. She's really cool. I like her a lot.
Have you ever heard her sing?
I haven't had the privilege yet. Not yet. I'm only a few months dead.
That's a cool way of putting it. I just kind of chatter with her and try to keep her away from Anthony.
And Anthony, you stay where you are?
I stay where I am.
All right.
observing them from a distance.
Hunter and Azaria in the security room. You see on the cameras, there is someone at the front door. Hunter, you recognize the man. It's Isaiah. You don't recognize the woman with him.
Well, I know who one of them is. You don't recognize him?
No, I do not. Who are they? What business would they have here?
One of them's an Anarch. Don't know why they want to come to your door, though. Galen didn't call anyone yet, right?
Well, he does not have his phone.
Then this can't
Right.
be good. All right. I got an idea. The doors to the front that they're standing in front of were not automatic, were they?
No.
No.
There were no automatic doors in
There
this
wouldn't
building, son.
In essence, the house of fencing looks as if it was constructed to resemble a 17th century French manor home and is decorated as such. And perhaps there's some electricity lights in here, but they are mostly dim, as if to simulate candlelight.
Good. Turn out the lights in the entryway. I'll make sure that I greet them so they don't think anything weird has happened with you. We're all friends here.
What is their name?
Isaiah.
Will you go out there and meet your acquaintances? I will go find Antonia and I will inform your friend about the company. Suffice to say, I am not letting them inside as I don't really trust anyone I do not personally know right now.
I'm so
There
glad
have
we're
been
friends.
bombings.
I won't invite them inside, don't worry. Although that won't stop them if they really want to.
But you, I am sure, can keep them busy until your friends are there with you.
I'll give it a go. From the footage, do they look nervous or angry or anything like that?
It's hard to tell over a security. You're looking through the security cameras, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. If you want to try and roll me a wits and insight, I would need a significant number of successes.
I'll give it a go, just so I know what I'm walking into. 4.
Oh, that's not bad. That is not bad. Okay, you can definitely see that Isaiah is agitated. And with 4 successes, you see that the woman is holding something familiar to you. She's holding a bloodied cloth, something you've seen Astrid do or hold many times when she's performed her ritual to find a person.
Okay. I turn to Azaria and I say, that looks like Tremere blood magic. So, just so you know who you got at your front door.
Turn up the lights, you see?
Turn them off.
Turn them off.
Do you do so, Azaria?
Why?
If they start blasting, I don't want to be where I'm apparently standing.
Right. Get to it.
At your leisure. And I turn around and I walk towards the front door. And my plan is to create with Fata Morgana an image of myself.
Understood. So let's do this in turn order. Azaria, you shut off the lights, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Hunter, do you attempt to get Galen, Anthony, or Astrid? Or are you doing this alone?
I think the others are busy in conversation, but I will get Anthony.
All right.
And if the others look, I'll grab them too.
Galen is not in this large area at the moment, and Astrid is behind the stage at the moment, so Anthony would probably be the first and
Yeah,
best person to get.
I'll grab him.
Okay.
What's going on?
Azai's at the front door with some blood witch.
All right. Intentions, do we know?
They seem antsy, but I'm gonna go check.
He's been trustworthy so far, but
I trust him. I don't trust the people he might be talking to.
well, any port in a storm. I'll be right behind you.
Sure thing. Although you won't. And I start to create the image of myself that I will present to Isaiah and this mystery person.
All right. For that, I'll require you to be as close to the front door while still remaining in this room. So you will have to be at the end of the theater, poking your head out of that door. They won't be able to see you through eyeline, but you have to be fairly close to the door to do that, to project that far. Roll me a rouse check and your Fata Morgana roll. Anthony, are you doing anything in preparation? Or do you want to see how this plays out first?
I usually don't need much time to prepare, so I'll just stand by.
All right. Hunter, you're still at 2 hunger.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
And Fata Morgana. It's 3.
Enough. Would you like to describe for us what your visage does and says?
I would like it to be able to react to them, if that's possible.
Whatever you wish to project is possible, and can, with 3 successes, will accompany 3 senses. You choose which 3.
It is sight, sound.
Okay.
And I don't think there's anything else super important.
Probably not. Touch.
Well, yeah,
Perhaps to touch the door to open it.
for sure.
All right. So, Anthony, you don't see this because he's not projecting it at you or focusing or targeting you, but you see Hunter concentrating on something. Hunter, does your visage open the door? And you see the door swing open, but you don't see what does it. Is Galen here? Isaiah says.
I'm gonna need you to state your business first.
State my business? What the fuck are you talking about, Hunter?
This ain't my house, as
Yeah, I know. Where the fuck are we? What the hell is Galen doing in Camarilla territory?
the Sabbat are in town. We need to be careful.
Fuck me, the Sabbat.
So, strange bedfellows, you follow?
As soon as I saw that Galen was here in Camarilla territory, I was gonna fucking kick his ass.
That tracks.
This is Junie. He
Nice to
knows
meet
her.
you.
She's a short young woman, but she's been severely burnt all over her face. Half of her hair is missing. You don't know her, but she doesn't seem to offer to introduce herself. She seems very upset herself.
I can invite you inside, but I can bring him to the door.
Fine, whatever.
You
I
feel
need
okay?
I need some fucking questions answered from him.
Sure. And the visage.
You're acting so fucking weird, Hunter.
Yeah, the visage doesn't like respond to
It's
that. It
not
just kind
going
of stands
to
there.
mimic you very well.
No. And real Hunter just turns around and like motions to Anthony. Go get Galen.
All right.
Be with you in a moment.
Anthony, you had to get Galen?
Yes, and Victoria.
Mm-hmm. You find them. They're off on a behind the stage in a utility area, and they're right now. Victoria seems still very distraught and upset, and Galen is doing what he can to make her feel secure and safe. But they seem to just be wrapped up in whatever they're discussing, and they don't notice you immediately.
Anthony, what is it?
We got company. Isaiah and someone named June.
You remember Junie, Galen. She is Baron George's right-hand woman, the one you and he thought perished in Suckbang Blow.
Well, that's good to know. Glad she's alive. But I'm curious that she's alive.
No, you did meet her. She is the one who informed George that some of them made it out, but she
yeah.
was too weak to protect them herself and asked for him to come back and protect them.
Okay, so I will go, then I'll go to the front door.
You'll go right to the front door?
The illusion stands to the side to make it seem natural.
Galen,
I don't even acknowledge it.
You don't even see it. You don't even see it.
It's just so fucking weird for them.
You just see Hunter acting kind of weird, just sort of hanging out, watching, being super concentrated on the door. Soon as Isaiah sees you, Galen, he's going to punch you in the face. I'm going to need a Dex Athletics. And if you remember from playing Isaiah has a lot of dice.
Yeah. I don't.
Not gonna help you here, buddy.
1.
You're going to take 3 points of superficial damage as he
Fucking
clocks
ow.
you. As he clocks you, undercut, lifts you up off the ground, and down you fall, flat on your back.
Ow, fuck you, what the fuck? What was that about?
Someone came and blew up Alligator Adventure, screamed your name at the top of their lungs. Did you send someone to blow up my fucking place? All my alligators are dead, you fuck.
Isaiah, you fucking moron. Why would I send somebody to blow up your place? What are you fucking talking about?
Why would they scream your name?
I don't know. Baron Canante's been doing some weird shit lately.
The Baron of the Strip?
Yeah, he's the Sabbat guy.
What did you... Bullshit. Sabbat don't play Baron.
They do if they're trying to cause trouble. And you're falling for it.
Blew up my place, Galen.
I know.
I had people in there.
He attacked Pirates
I had
Voyage,
our
too.
people in there. When did you find out he was Sabbat?
Earlier tonight.
Where the hell is this place? Why are you here? Why wouldn't you come and get me? Why would you come here and not come warn your fucking people? What kind of leader are you?
You're right, I should have warned you, but there were other considerations. Canante is unbelievably powerful. We needed an ally. A very, very powerful ally. Not to mention they had Victoria, who we also needed.
Who had Victoria? I thought she was dead.
Not so much.
Azaria, are you listening to all this in the security room?
Yes, I would have probably gone out for a moment and call out to Antonia if she is still in the building. If not, I will listen to it.
She's not. She's currently taking sustenance somewhere.
Yes, all right.
Galen, this is bad.
Yeah.
We have a handful of soldiers left. What do you want? And look at Junie. Look at her.
I see her.
Where the fuck are we supposed to go? Also, I don't know where Hunter's been. I don't know why he's acting so weird, because whatever the fuck that was weird as hell. But
Hunter?
he's on the goddamn news. I hope he knows.
He's on the... What the fuck?
Talk about a masquerade violation. Fuck me. Can I come in or what? Can I come in?
I'll come to the front door at this point.
Can I come in?
They finally gave me the recognition I deserve, I see.
Yeah, for tax fraud.
What? I told you to pay your fucking taxes, Hunter,
Someone
you
reported
jackass.
your fucking...
5 hours ago.
Fucking bank account numbers to some fucking thing.
You, Hunter, you didn't pay your fucking taxes. You talk about me making bad choices. You were fucking doing tax fraud. The IRS doesn't fuck around. They're like the Second Inquisition. They will go to the ends of the earth. You cannot hide from them.
Well,
why are you laughing about this? It is not funny.
You think I just got one account? Okay.
No, but now they're looking for you.
You may not have one account, but you're a fucking vampire on the news.
So what? Lots of mortals know who I am. Don't know what I am?
Baron
That's
Cananti
good enough for me.
is setting up for a coup here. He's stirring shit.
If he's
Hunter.
fucking Sabbat, he's not doing a coup.
No. Maybe not a coup, but he is trying to disrupt our movement, supplant my position, supplant our position.
Oh yeah, this is definitely his doing.
Like, you just asked if I blew up Alligator Adventure.
Well, yeah, some thin blood walks in there with a bomb, blows himself up and says, "For Baron Galen."
Galen.
This is my point. He is fucking with you. He is fucking with me. He is trying to use you to destroy me. He is trying to isolate me. That's what's happening.
Galen.
I did not blow up. I did not blow up Alligator Adventure. The same way I didn't blow up Pirate's Voyage.
Well, he's certainly making it look like you did.
I know. That's why we need to fucking deal with
Why
it.
should I believe you that he's Sabbat? I'm sorry, I ain't that fucking old, but I'm old enough to have fought the Sabbat. I fought with Victoria in New York. They don't make themselves Baron. Are you crazy?
He is not like the ones you're used to. If you think I blew up Alligator Adventure, then by all means, you can kill me right here, but I can guarantee they'll kill you first.
I might fucking clock you
It
again.
is
It felt
very
good.
simple what is going on here. There is a conflict rising between the Anarchs and the Camarilla. We understand this, correct?
Yes.
Do you know what the Sabbat wants? Do you know what their end goal is? Either of you?
Chaos.
Chaos. Destruction of the Camarilla. That is their objective.
Again, makes me go, why is he attacking Anarchs?
Because he's causing disruption within your ranks, trying to cause more problems with the Camarilla.
Okay.
Isaiah, I have known you for years.
Of course, he has no interest in power.
I've known you for years. I have taken care of those alligators.
Yeah, they're fucking
Why
dead.
Yeah, I know. You told me. I didn't kill them. Why would I go to such an extent to alienate my allies? What logical reason would I have for doing that?
I don't fucking know, Galen. All I know is that you knew that the Sabbat were here and sabotaging Anarch domains, and you
I knew
came
the
to
Sabbat-
crying to the cam instead of telling your people. That's what I know.
I found out the Sabbat were here like 2 hours ago. Okay, buddy? Sometimes you
Can't
gotta make
pick up
tough
a
choices.
phone?
No, my phone got fucking stolen by them.
Starting to questioning who I put forth as a leader.
Fine, Isaiah, then question.
I am.
I know you are. So fuck off. How about that? Because at the end of the day,
Really?
we have
The only allies that you have left, you're telling them to fuck off?
Here's the thing, though. Are you my ally? Because you came here, you punched me in the face, you're accusing me of blowing up your alligator park.
You would have done the
Doesn't
same
sound like you're my
fucking thing.
ally. I did not blow up your alligator park.
Fine.
We have
you
a
didn't
problem.
blow it up.
Okay, good. You accept that? Because I didn't. I wouldn't. I want things to be good between us. But you come here accusing me of attacking you. We are being manipulated, and you are letting him manipulate you. You've known me. Would I be the type to do that? You and I both
And you
know the answer
me,
is no.
Galen. I'm supernaturally
know you.
stubborn.
Yeah, that's fucking true. That's fair.
So
Yeah.
are you gonna let me the fuck in?
Come in. Get in here. It's not my place to tell you, but whatever.
Azaria's gonna be mad.
Yeah,
Let her be fucking mad.
he can deal with it.
Okay.
I'll
Isaiah
leave the security
walks in.
cams at that. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Astrid, you have now started to hear all of this commotion and yelling going on while Stella's just giving you a tour. And she's heard it too, but she's trying to keep it casual with you. And she's very much trying to show you deference and respect for who you are.
I just go, there's something happening at the front door.
It's probably business for my master.
But I hear Galen.
I don't know who that is.
It's one of the companions that we came here with. I think we need to stop the tour for now. Is that okay?
Of course, whatever
I'm gonna
you
go
want.
see what's up if everything is all right. My
Of
friend.
course.
Thank you very much, though. That was very nice.
Oh, thank you.
I am looking forward to everything you've got going on here. This is so good.
Oh, thank you.
think the
I hope
kids
you
is gonna
come when
really
it's
like it.
Elysium again.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll catch you later.
Astrid and Azaria from the security room sort of merge. Astrid, you still see Susie. Susie has remained mostly quiet, mostly hiding herself in shadow. It seems she's not super comfortable around large groups of people and has just sort of kept her distance and observed, which you've known her long enough to know that is her most comfortable state of being. You see all of your coterie walk in. Azaria, you see them as well, along with Isaiah, of course you know, is the owner of Alligator Adventure, and another woman you don't know who's severely burned.
I will make a detour and go get Victoria.
Victoria is still in the back room. She is still looks distressed.
I go to her and I ask her to come along because some of her Anarch friends are at the door.
Whatever you want, madame. I am at your leisure.
I don't appreciate Anarchs barging into my haven, so please.
I didn't bring them here, if that's what you think.
I know you didn't, but you can make them leave.
I can try. I am not feeling very efficient tonight. Or capable of much.
You're underestimating yourself. All right. And I take her with.
And all of you converge in the middle. Hunter, would you like to check any online banking or any news or anything, perhaps checking other bank accounts?
I am not going to bother checking my online bank accounts, but I am going to check the news.
What the news is stating is that Pirate's Voyage, as owned by you, was sabotaged by you yourself in order to collect on the insurance. And they've done an investigation on your bank account connected with Pirate's Voyage and showed that you haven't been paying taxes, or at least not the proper amount of taxes. So your assets have been frozen. and Pirate's Voyage will be seized, and there is a manhunt for you.
This isn't anything the hunter hasn't seen before.
It's a little bit more concerning than perhaps other cons that you've done in the past. Making yourself onto the 24-hour news cycle in the United States is nothing to sneer at. This might be
this isn't just
a
local?
shining... No. This might be a shining star for you, if that's how you want to look at it.
Oh yeah, he's... You know, there's worry in there, but mostly he's proud. Like, did they even get a good photo? Have they got any photo?
They do not. And that is perhaps the only saving grace.
Also disappointing.
No photo on file could be found.
Very disappointing.
Disappointing, but easier to get out of. When and if you need to.
Oh yeah.
Azaria, you see this Isaiah that you were listening to on the security cameras. He is rugged. Looks like he's was embraced in the 70s. He's got a feathered hair and he wears flared jeans and a jean jacket. Quite tall, 6'5", not taller.
I first turn to look at Hunter as I enter, and I say, "You let them inside."
I let him inside.
What gives you the right to? Never mind.
Nothing, but we're allies now, so we're gonna have to do stuff like that.
You're
You're gonna have to give me a little ground. I'm gonna give you a little ground.
There is someone out there who is manipulating people into bombing places.
I trust this man. I know him.
Trust means nothing when someone can manipulate and mind play you.
This is the price of working with Anarchs, Shelly.
Yeah, we're not
Trust
big
you
on
easily.
rules.
It's not on rules. You seem to have a bigger heart than us. Let's call it that.
I'm not gonna fight you right now. It's not worth it. We need to work together. Like it or not, we are together in this now. We are allies. We have to act like it.
No, I like it all right. I turn to look at Isaiah and this other person, and then look back at Gale and say, "Any other business you need to attend?"
Well, I need that phone.
Right. And almost as if she has forgotten it, she pulls it out and she just like hands it to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna call our guys and make sure that they know to like not answer the phone from me, from my phone number, and to move locations.
So you're going to call George and Ike and other Anarchs that are on your team. We'll give you some time to take care of that.
Mm-hmm. Now, we don't have a safe place, not a secure one at least.
This place looks safe.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was.
Isaiah?
Yep, I was just about to propose that, Isaiah. I know I've already overstepped in bringing one of my comrades into your domain, into your theater. But again, we have nowhere that's safe. Would you be willing to provide
What do you say,
this as a
ally?
base of
Can I
operations?
sleep over?
I turn to look at Victoria. You also have no safe place?
I will not stay here, no. But they should. All of them should. I will find myself somewhere else and melt into the earth. It is safest that way. If he finds me, if he knows that I'm here, he will not be able to resist sending more thin bloods after me, or he will come himself, but I think he's scared of me.
And all of you, I turn back to Galen, and your friends. No one has a safe place?
None.
I got a place, but it ain't safe.
Hunter, you have many places that they could squirrel themselves away in.
It's not as safe as this place, but yeah, that is part of my the plan if it needs to be.
You're allowed to stay for the moment.
Well, thank you kindly. And he plops himself down on one of the theater seats.
But certain areas are off limits.
I'm comfy right here.
I will not further entertain your guests. I'm sure you're capable of doing that. In the meantime, I will arrange a meeting with the prince.
Before she leaves, I'm just gonna just kind of put my arm out and be like, look her in the eyes, honestly, and say, I do really appreciate this. You're helping us a lot. And I know you don't want to. And honestly, we're not too thrilled about it either, but this is something. This is good.
He is holding out an arm, right?
Yeah, just like not like barring your way from exiting.
I
but
know.
Like, yeah.
Like a handshake.
Yeah.
I will take his hand and pull him a bit closer. Victoria sees potential in you. I'm willing to trust her judgment. Pleasure of this new alliance is all mine. And I'll let it drop.
Victoria comes very close to you, Galen. She did not like that exchange.
It's okay.
As if to prevent her from doing so again.
Before I leave to at least find Stella again also, I will pass by Victoria and say, again with the protecting.
She doesn't say anything. Hunter, as the as the night starts turning closer and closer to day, you hear a very soft voice coming from the sitting room. Sir?
Oh,
Anyone?
shit. He's awake. I rush off.
Caden has awoken. He's sitting up on the settee that you laid him on, and he's holding onto his hand and very carefully examining it and looking at the stump on his other.
Caden, slow
Sir.
down.
Sir.
Slow down.
Yes, sir.
You took quite the beating.
Yes, sir.
This is not going to be easy for you, but I will be the whole way there.
Sir, I've done a lot for you over the years. 13 years. I ain't never asked you no questions. I ain't never asked you why you sleep so much during the day, and I ain't never asked about none of it. I'm gonna start asking now. What is this? What happened to my hand?
You got caught in an explosion. I'd made some dangerous enemies, and they wanted
Yes, sir.
to hurt me. And that means hurting you.
Yes, sir.
I'd understand if you don't want to see me again. It's probably safer.
How did you do this?
That's your hand. I didn't do anything.
I didn't have a hand before I went to sleep. I didn't have no more hands. It definitely didn't look like this.
Must be the trauma.
You're gonna have to make some sort of either use your disciplines or make some sort of roll. He's indicating to you that he has noticed your strange natural behavior for over a decade now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Either which would you prefer, discipline or mundane?
At this point, using a discipline would probably give the game away. So, I am literally just going to try and calm him down and maybe make him think that it was his panic and hurt at the time of the explosion that made him think he didn't have hands.
Charisma and persuasion.
Nothing like gaslighting your best bud.
Is anyone else in the room with Hunter, or is he alone? Would anyone else have followed Hunter in? Astrid, you were there?
I helped
Galen, you
put
were
together
there?
the arm. I'm going in.
Can I use awe, by the way?
Yes. Add your awe to the roll.
That is...
There's a messy critical.
Critical.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any chance we can help with this, by the way?
I'm
Help
Are we
going
him
with
allowed to
this.
say something as well?
Help him with a mundane persuasion? We'll see. Let's let Hunter give it a crack first. Firstly, Hunter, that is a messy critical. Your beast urges you to give him your own blood. Make him one of yours. Make him compliant. He won't ask questions anymore. It's the easiest way to fix this. It increases your hunger by 1. I believe you, sir. I do. I have a lot of questions, and I'm getting the feeling that you just don't want to answer them. And you got me a hand. What more can I say?
I'm gonna very gently put my hand on his. I'll answer your questions, but I think you should rest.
Actually, I would really like to eat. I feel like hungering in my stomach.
Of course, I will rustle you up something.
All right.
In this place. I'll order takeaway.
With a different credit card.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, no, they've probably seized all your accounts. Like,
I don't suppose you could spot me.
May or may not be what the storyteller was hinting at.
I'll just hand him I'll just hand him my card.
I imagine I've got cash on me, so
Someone would have to tell me. Back in my day, they didn't do cash on delivery anymore.
Yeah, that's a really good way to get robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why pizza delivery men have one of the highest on-the-job fatality rates in the country.
So mostly you'd want to use cards. So having Galen
what's
Hinge.
going on in America?
Yeah, more than the police actually. The police don't even crack the top 10. You're more likely as a bartender, a piece of yeah.
Well,
It's crazy.
obviously more than the Sabbat. So Galen hands Hunter. You could probably have an app on your phone that you could download, Uber Eats or something like that, and get him something to eat.
Yeah, I'll just.
You could download
pizza.
it right onto his Arya's phone. Who cares? Right?
Honestly, yeah, that'd be funny. I'll do that.
Just have it go right to her phone bill.
Yeah, no
Use your
problem.
Apple Pay.
Yeah.
No, I'll use my own card. I'm trying to keep an alliance. I feel like
As if she would notice.
I like the idea of FDR and Winston Churchill using Stalin's phone to get pizza. That's what we're doing right now.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much what I was hinting at.
Sign Azaria up for a bunch of subscriptions.
Nickel and dime are out of the house.
Yeah. It's very Anarch of you, both. Isaiah
Gods
walks.
no masters, only pizza.
Isaiah walks into the room and says, "I should probably tell you something, Galen.
What's up?
Irina's gonna be here tomorrow night. The
Oh.
Anarch from California, from Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Big guns. We're gonna have to explain to her that
We have a new enemy.
we have a new enemy, and she's gonna work with the cam.
She won't be happy about that, but she's gonna have to be.
She won't be happy about that, and as far as I know, she's gonna be playing fucking pranks on the Camarilla because found out she's Ravnos, not Cative.
As long as those pranks don't kill anybody, we're fine.
I don't know. I mean, I gotta ask Hunter. He's the only Ravnos I've ever met. You know, I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but there aren't that many of you, so I'm like, maybe you know her.
Hunter's
There's
just
not.
staring slack-jawed. Irina.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of you disappeared, like in the
Yeah,
late
I-
90s, something happened.
You ain't being rude. She's my sire. I thought she was dead.
Whoa.
Well, that should
Okay.
make things interesting.
Slightly different spark was inherited.
Really?
From-
The big bad Anarch is your sire, and you're like, I don't like politics guy.
What, does she not pay her taxes either?
I don't think she pays anyone anything.
Yeah, that probably tracks. You know I'm never gonna let you live that down, right?
It's a good thing you don't know where I come from.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, Hunter, I'm sorry. I hope this is not a bad reunion.
It's gonna be complicated, but could be worse.
I guess. Galen, I hear Azaria over there making arrangements to meet with the prince tomorrow. I ain't going. Fuck that. That's on
Okay.
you.
Right there with you.
Yeah. You
Then that's
go.
okay.
You represent us. Maybe Victoria will go too. Get us help.
I will.
Root out the Sabbat, and then we'll take the fight back to the camp where it belongs.
Yeah. I can't. Okay, let me be honest with you, Isaiah.
Oh boy.
Come on, just please.
I'm giving
d-
you as much slack as I can. I just lost my place in my alligators
I know,
tonight.
I get it.
And I don't know if you blood bond stuff, but you kind of feel it when they die, and it's kind
I know.
of fucking upsetting. So say what you want to say.
I had to make a deal to get Victoria back. I owe them a boon, and my concern is that they're going to use it to enforce a permanent ceasefire. Now, I won't accept that if they want us to just concede to them. That's not going to happen. But I would be amenable if they were willing to leave us alone. Of course, they won't.
The ivory tower doesn't fucking leave you alone. That's the point. It's Big Brother. But pretend Big Brother never fucking dies.
Yeah.
I don't know, Galen. Let's deal with the Sabbat first. There are ways out of a boon, you know.
Well, I would be happy to hear about those at some point later on. But for now, it would seem that I am stuck where I am.
Heavy hangs the head, and he smacks you on the shoulder, maybe a little too roughly,
Yeah, that's, you know.
back into the theater. If there's anything anyone would like to discuss before the night ends, now is the time.
I will raise the issue again that I mentioned before. I would like to remind, first of all, I would like to make sure that what's talked about here stays here.
Use your cryptolect.
I would rather... Oh, Depends on how big of a range it has. But
You were all
essentially,
close together in the
Alright.
sitting room.
I will essentially remind everyone of the many reasons I would have, hypothetically, to be fed up with this coterie. Everything from my child being taken from me to the recent news that Hunter is, well, currently under a manhunt. And likewise, the Cathari thrive on the unhappy, the wasted potential, the ones who never got their shot in the limelight. It would make perfect sense for me to seek him out. I can leave tonight. I can leave sometime other. But if we want a person inside, I think I'm the only one who can do it.
I appreciate what you're doing, Anthony. I really do. That's all I really have to say. We appreciate you, your contributions.
I know.
You're essential.
Thank you. We're a coterie.
I don't mean to sound down on your subterfuge skills, but we are dealing with a master of manipulation.
Nobody said it was
I
going to
don't
be
mean
easy.
to speak down on your perception, Hunter, but how much do you actually know about me that I haven't specifically told you?
Touché?
I know my way around lying.
I
Besides,
think.
yes.
No, you go first.
I
Finish.
was just going to say that besides, all of it would be mixed with half-truths anyway. None of what I'm saying is, strictly speaking, false.
I think we should think this through carefully, not make any kind of rash decisions tonight. A lot has happened.
I appreciate that, Astrid. But making a rash decision and going to that snake right now is exactly what a person who's been fed up with things would do. Although I would put it to a vote between the three of you.
We need to prepare, Anthony.
Most importantly, Anthony, I don't want to lose you. None of us do. You can do the most by our side.
So that's 2 against 3.
Please don't go.
Galen,
Vote no.
fair.
Be suicide, Anthony.
Wouldn't be the first time I did something stupid like that. But I respect the coterie. That's what I'm assuming.
Usually Galen's job.
Yeah.
Azaria, is there anything you'd like to say to the coterie before we end this session?
Not per se, as I will still see them the next night. I will give them separate rooms as far as I can.
Okay. Yes, Astrid.
I wanted to ask Storyteller, is there a way for me to contact Anita?
Yes.
So, when
Is that
I am-
something that you'd like to do before you go to your day sleep?
Yeah.
Yes, we can discuss that. It is not a short or easy process. All right. With the looming meeting of a prince over Galen's head, Hunter seeing his sire again after thinking she was long dead, Anthony wanting desperately to help his coterie at the detriment of his own unlife, and Astrid wanting to seek help from a very powerful vampire. That is where we will end this session. The darkness you fight for this evening. Syrinx, thank you so much. Absolutely, absolutely incredible. You did a really superb job.
Pleasure as fricking always.
Mm-hmm. And I'm very excited, Kitsu, that you asked about Anita. I was wondering if anyone was going to ask if she was going to make an appearance on the Grand Strand, and we will definitely discuss that privately.
Yes.
About that. Galen, again, got punched in the face. Happens every session, just about.
Yeah. I kind of deserve it every session, too.
Yeah.
But that time, I think probably not.
Maybe
I didn't
a little.
blow up as maybe a little, but I didn't blow up as alligators. I like those alligators.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, you did go off after the Hikata. You didn't take any time to let Isaiah know or George know what you were doing, and you went and blew up and helped Sabbat destroy possible allies within the Camarilla, which I'm sure will have no negative consequences on anything whatsoever.
Yeah, well, fog of war and all that.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Irina is playing Hunter Sire. Irina will be played by a very special guest who we will introduce at the appropriate time, which won't be until March 5th, so about 3 weeks from now.
Is the next episode. It's going to be a very special episode, and I'm really looking forward to it, so do not miss it. You can obviously catch all of the previous episodes over on Huddy Von Schland on YouTube, but until next time, thank you everyone for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.